Hello, everyone. My name is Whaley. I am the founder of Powereef. So, what makes Powereef so special? Does it really stand out from the rest of the green power inventions? Well, let me elaborate a little bit on that. First of all, it is a modular design designed to basically bring down the cost of installation and M&R logistics, which is a big chunk of the overall per kilowatt hour distributed cost today as we know it. I guess at least for most of those wind power installations offshore out there. So for that part, the modular design does make a significant difference to contribute to the cost bringing down. But then a lot more than that is basically this whole design is to achieve mechanic self-adaptive capacity. And then with that as the foundation, the software approach of online remote control to manipulate and optimize that capacity so that it becomes smart green power possible. And that's on the midstream phase, but then on the downstream, it is now possible to provision the power output capacity and to supply to the power grid, which also has the smart planning capacity. And I believe for the first time, it is possible to have the green power to basically supply on the fly as the demand model forecasted. So this is where and how Powereef actually does distinguish itself from the rest. Of course, all this is just great concept by design. There has to be a proof of concept project going before all the preset configurations are done and proceed to the procurement of the massive production possible quantity productions. And to do the proof of concept project, it will have to start with one, the simulative design board, which is basically to simulate all the scenarios so it comes to or arrive at the configurations necessary to determine the prototype. And then all this mechanical thing will have to be controlled remotely via an online automated operational management platform. So that's another software base. So this tool would have to go first before the prototype is to be designed and produced. And for that, we of course will need the funding, and we're looking for the qualified and targeted investment partner. And in exchange for such investment into such IP, the intellectual properties to be owned by this new entity, licensing, the revenue direct from licensing itself should be more than proper on the ROI to justify the investment by itself. Of course, which would also pave the way for probably, depends on how much investment is in there, but leading to the possible stakeholder in the other affiliated companies generate revenues in different platforms. So that is basically a I guess not in shell telling you or explaining to you how these things would work. So if you are a party of potential stakeholder candidate in the, I guess, category of the capital or venture capital or investment arm of oil gas company, or a sovereign investment foundation, such as from Norway or Saudi or Singapore. Those are our targeted and qualified investors. Basically, it's not the discrimination against any other parties. It's just the scale of the capital, intensive capital scale involved. Those are the players. Now, on the potential customers in the future market for it, we believe the oil companies, especially the leading operators, they have been diversifying their portfolios and selling off their assets of oil fields. Obviously, they're preparing for the very immediate future before 2035. So one, they would have assets, basically some of it off their plate, and they got cash. So what are they gonna do to basically keep the revenue streams on, and while they are diversifying their portfolio? So this new business model would be something very much tailored to their interests, because the upstream risks are basically taken off their plate. They don't have to worry about it, because Powereef will cover all the upstream development. So what's left is the basically midstream, online, automated, remote operational management for the operators who basically play with it over their cell phone from their apps. And of course, the security is well taken care of about that. So this, if it is appealing enough, feel free to contact me, and all the contact information is there. And in the meantime, I wish everybody a prosperous 2023 coming up. Until then, have a great time. Ciao.